All right, class, we're going to go ahead and start our next unit. Go ahead and look in your notes and find the graphing one. We're going to be able to graph points on a coordinate plane. Now, I know we've already done graphing in a coordinate plane, but we've only ever focused on quadrant 1. Okay, so we will be working on quadrant 2, 3, and 4. And yes, you do need to know which quadrant is which. All right, you start in the right-hand corner and you label counterclockwise. All right, couple more things. X is going to be this line. This is X. It is your horizontal line, right? I didn't make you learn that last time, but X is your horizontal line, and Y is your vertical line, your up and down. X is back and forth, Y is up and down. Okay, you need to label those. All right, now let's talk about ordered pairs. Okay, we did some ordered pairs before. If you recall, they were where we had our parentheses, our X, comma, Y. All right, and you guys did really great in the first quadrant, but just as a reminder, X is when we go back and forth, okay, and Y is when we go up and down. Okay, a great way to think about this is I have to go back and forth to get to the elevator, but once I get to the elevator, then I can go up and down. Okay, so I have to walk to the elevator before I can go up and down on the elevator. Next, we're just going to list what kind of ordered pairs could be in each quadrant. So in this first one, you'll notice these are positive when I go back and forth, and these are positive when I go up and down. So ordered pairs with both positives are going to be in that first quadrant, just like you've been doing since at least 5th grade. In quadrant 2, it's a little bit different though. This time when I go back and forth, I'm going to be in the negative section. So this will be where my negative and my negative positive ordered pairs go. Okay, pause it, see if you can list what kind of ordered pairs go in 3 and 4. In 3, we're going to have negative, because we're still on the negative side, and we're going to have negative going down. Okay, 4, I get to go back and forth in the positive section, so it'll be a positive first, okay? But I'm still underneath, so it'll be a negative in the second number, okay? So notice these two, 1 and 3, have the same sign for both numbers. 2 and 4, they have different signs, all right? We're going to go ahead and practice graphing. All right, so looking at this, I'm just going to do P with you, all right? P is going to be over 2, so I start at the origin, which let's label that. Right here, this very middle spot, okay, right there, it is called the origin. Okay, and the origin, okay, is 0, 0. So I'm going to type that out so you can definitely see it. Origin, and its ordered pair is 0, 0. It's the very middle of the graph, right? So I always start at the origin when I'm graphing. So right here I'm at 0, 0, and I see that it's positive 2, so I go right 2, 1, 2, and I see that it's still positive, so it's 1, 2. Okay? And if I check myself, remember quadrant 1 was positive, positive. Well, P is positive, positive, so I'm in the right spot. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and put a P so that I know that this is where P is. Pause the video and try Q, S, and U. All right, so for Q, I see negative, positive, so it's going to be in quadrant 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I have to label that with a Q. I am going to label this Q2 for quadrant 2. I'm going to label this Q1 for quadrant 1. You want to pause it and try S and U and label what quadrant they're in? Go for it. S, it's positive 4 and negative, so it's going to be down here in quadrant 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1. It's right there. And remember, I have to label it with an S. It's probably my best S on the computer. And it's quadrant 4. Okay, IV. because those are Roman numerals. U, it's 0, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, and this one's a little different. What axis is it on? Well, it's on the y-axis, so we're going to call it y-axis. All right. Next thing is we are going to just identify the ordered pairs. Like where is it located? That's what the ordered pair tells me. Where is it located? So I'm looking at A, and it is, I start at the origin, it's 1, 2, 3. It's 3 on my x-axis, and it doesn't go up or down, so it's 3, 0. And just for extra practice, what quadrant or axis is it on? Well, it's on the x-axis. I can tell because it's on this horizontal one. So I'm going to write that x-axis. Well, if I wrote an x, that would be better. X-axis. All right? I need you to try out R and D. Pause the video. All right, looking at R and D. R's first, so it goes over 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's at -4, so that'll be my first number. And then it goes up 1, 2, and that went up, so it's positive. And it's located over here, which is quadrant 2. All right, looking at D, I start at the origin. I go to the left one, so remember left is going to be negative. It's on the left side of the number line. And I went down, so remember down is also negative. 1, 2, 3. Okay, if it goes on the negative parts, you do have to include the negative sign. Notice. I put my parenthesis, and it's in quadrant 1, 2, it's in quadrant 3. If I were to get a test with this, I would make sure that I have this written somewhere so that I remember where everything is located. All right. This is all we have for today. We are going to go ahead and practice more tomorrow.